Okay, happy team call. It is May 7, 6, May 6th. I'm so on top of it. And we're going to chat May. So the big thing that's happening is obviously our May challenge in the Fit Girl Squad, which is something really fun. There's going to be a weekly drawing based on participation, and we have people all categorized into teams with team captains, which is really fun because if everybody as a team shows up, they get an extra entry. So it's really just helping to up participation and get people active again. I've had several people who weren't active that I've been able to reach out to and just be like, hey, do you want to be part of this? And they're like, sure. So at least we'll start getting people participating more. I've already noticed the participation is up even since today with it starting. And the cool thing is because there's a prize every week, you can invite to it all month. It's not like they're missing out if like they miss this week. And we might even form a new team because there are still people that want to get in. I posted today because I've been getting messaged by people being like, is it too late? So we're probably going to form like another team and just let people jump in as they go. It's also a great way to give new coaches a chance to start practicing leading others. So I nominated some new coaches and asked them to be the team captains. I basically didn't give them a choice. I just said, you're my team captains. Here's your teams. You need to reach out to them. You're going to be checking in with me. Like Jenna's one of them. So she's sitting here laughing because she knows I could ask her. I just told her, this is what you're doing. But it's a great opportunity for them to practice like jumping in and like leading people. And honestly, it's just a lot of fun. So I did tell them, I was like, if you don't want to, or if you can't, you can tell me, like, that's fine. But so far, I think everybody's having a good time. So that's our May challenge. I also wanted to tell you guys, if we want to like vamp up to start a new round of like the new 21-day fix on May, 20th? Because the new 21-day fix extreme will be over. That is also the day that Vegan Recover launches. You want to watch for that and be inviting people to that. And we're also going to put out a newsletter to clients for that. You want to be talking to people that have previously had an issue that can't have Recover because it's not vegan. I have family members that I'm going to be like, Peter, you get to talk to your family, your vegan family that couldn't have Recover before. And tell them because he's the biggest believer in the performance line. So he'll sell it all day long. So that comes out on the 20th. And then the individual packets of Recover for Whey come out on the 29th, which I will definitely be buying. So I send out to my coaches, to my clients, like as samples for them to try, because that's been the hardest thing to send people in my bags because you only get a couple per thing. So yeah.
And that's only chocolate. Sorry.
Yeah, I believe it's the chocolate Whey.
I mean, it's fine. But I'm an orange girl, so I'm like, dang it, what? So what's the difference about fitting orange in a packet and chocolate in a packet?
No, I'm sure it's the formula or something. I don't know. But I'm sure they'll get orange out there fairly quickly too. So yes, all of that is going on. Jen has been graciously getting together this whole Fit Girls challenge and doing all of the prizes. And so I asked if other coaches wanted to maybe help chip in because clearly the winner is not always going to be one of her coaches or clients. So I'm helping to chip in with that because I didn't want her to have to pay for it all. If you're in the page, if you have clients in the page, and maybe if they win, you can feel free to chip in. When I first joined, my coach would run groups where they did a prize at the end, I think, of every group. So they would run groups for 21 days, then they would give a prize. And what they did was whoever's challenger won, that coach would buy the gift. So we could even split it up that way. But whatever, just something to think about. I think that's it as far as May goes. It's the Vegan Recover, but I thought it might be a great time to relaunch the new 21-day fix and the portion fix program with people. So you can still be talking about that, inviting to that. We could start a new group, a new wave of that on the 20th. to give you something to invite to, because I know sometimes people want a specific date to invite to, especially if you're going to focus on just connecting and starting conversations like I talked about in my live today. That gives you a little bit of time. We're still doing a sneak peek every week, Thursdays and Fridays. If you want to help with those, you can. We'll talk. We'll see. We're kind of in this thing right now where I'm like, let's just get better at what we're doing already. Like, let's all just get better at the one video we're doing already. So we're doing that. But it seems to be going pretty well. So anybody have any questions or anything they want to add before we jump in to anything else? And then I would love to hear from, because I don't think we have any new coaches on here that need to hear about Emerald, clearly. And we all know we all want to go Emerald again this month. If you can go Emerald twice this month, that'd be great. I have, since the 1st of May, added 3 coaches to my second business center, which is awesome because I'm trying to get that to Diamond. One of them is halfway to Emerald. So I'm pretty pumped about that. But Shay has been in the Rise to Diamond group, and Jenna, you're in there too, right? I would love it if you guys would just take even a couple moments to share like some of your takeaways that might even help the girls. I know we talked about doing this for the team call and like next week, and we can do it again, I'm sure, because there's more of you guys that were in there, like Chanel and Nicole, and Rachel. So maybe I can even ask them to share. But if you girls would share a couple of your top takeaways or what's helping you, and then we can all chat May goals, because you got to have a goal you're shooting for. So May goals, and then what's your plan to get there? Because it's easy to throw out a goal, but what are you planning on doing every day?
So one of the things that I love, that I know I've talked to you, Joy, about, and that I really wanted to talk to everyone else about, was I'm a big analogy person. And one of the things that they were talking about is how important it is that we have our husband. That is basically like a piece of real estate for you, and how, you're building your house, you're building your business, but you have this piece of land that's basically sitting there waiting for you to build on, but it's not quite ready yet until you get your house built, and then you can move on to that vacant piece of land and really start building that. And then the next thing you know, you have these 2 businesses that you've built, these 2 homes to build. But basically how it's such an investment to have that second account waiting for you and just ready to start building on. So I really loved that, and just the importance of having that second account, and how it should be, which I'm hoping all of us have done. Your first step is right when you sign to get halfway to Emerald, by signing your spouse. And I guess I never really saw the true value in that until recently, really, and until they were talking about it on the Rise to Diamond call. And then the other thing that Trina was talking about, which, if you ever have, I know most everyone has seen her videos, but if you ever have a chance to really listen to any of her lives or anything, she is just so straight and to the point, but calm, and has this way of speaking about things. But she was basically talking about how whatever you talk about is what you're going to get. And I know Joy is really good about talking about this too, which is funny because when I see Trina, I hear a lot of joy in her. So way to go, Joy. But how, if you want working coaches, what are you talking about? Are you talking about the business? Are you talking about what the business has done for you? Are you talking about what you're able to do with your income? And not in a bragging sort of way, but as in we went to the movies today and I was able to provide this that I wasn't able to before, or whatever it is that you're able to do? Or are you only talking about challenge groups and only talking about, you know, starting on Monday, or, you know, you're not posting your shakes or nutrition? So basically it's like whatever you're talking about is what you're going to attract. So if your goal is to attract working coaches, then talk more about the business. But I know that that can be so hard for a lot of us, because I know, at least for me, that's where I was really struggling in the beginning, was talking about the business, because I didn't want to be that pushy person. I didn't want to be that person that was like, I'm going to do this business and you should do it too. But now I'm realizing that we have been given such an amazing opportunity, and with such a small investment, that should be what we're talking about. So it's been very inspiring, this Rise to Diamond group, of basically like, what are you talking about? Who are you attracting? And then do you have that piece of real estate ready to build on?
I should point out right now that Shay is 1 emerald away from diamond. And her coach that she needs to go emerald is killing it. She signed up last week. She's a previous Beachbody coach. She's been doing 60 to 100 invites a day. So this girl is going to go emerald on Thursday.
That's the plan. I'm really close. I got Noah to emerald within 3 days, I think. 2 or 3 days I got Noah to emerald, and I was so grateful that I had that piece of real estate sitting there, because I knew that I could get myself to diamond practically. I don't like waiting on other people. And so it was great to go, I know that I have a coach that's working her tail off, and I know that she's a big piece to me going diamond, but I also knew that I could have even more control, because I have that piece of real estate, because I have Noah's account, that I was able to get to go emerald within a few days.
And then you'll get to get him to diamond to help you go 1 or 2 star. It just keeps going. Like, it's the gift that keeps giving.
Yes, I'm very, very excited.
Yes, she's doing fantastic. Jenna, do you have anything you want to share from the Rise to Diamond group that's inspired you?
Yeah, sorry. I have myself on mute because my 3-year-old's in here watching TV. So I was kind of going to say the same thing Shay said about who you want to attract, because a lot of the people I talk to, they are not going to want to work they don't want to work the business. They want to do it. They just want to do it for the, you know, for them, for working out and stuff. So, and that's what I post a lot of my workouts and stuff, but Julie talks about, you know, aim it more towards the business. If you want to gain those people that want to work the business, you need to talk more about the business aspects of it. And then I really like Julie, because she's kind of like in your face, kind of yelling at you almost, like talking about, what are you doing here? If you're not, you know, if you're not participating, you shouldn't even be here. And I still have a little bit of trouble inviting. I'm still a little bit nervous whenever I send out invites. So she talks a lot about getting yourself pumped up. You know, don't focus on you're trying to sell them something or make money. Focus on you're excited about it and you want to share that. So I really like when she talks about, you know, the invites part, because I still have issues with that a little bit. Not issues, but still a little nervous when it comes to sending out invites to people, especially people I know. I think I'd rather send out invites to just random strangers than people like old friends and stuff.
I can relate to that for sure. Julie, you seem like someone that would be in this.
Well, and also I know that Joy and Jen and I were talking about this. I don't know if we've said it on a call or anything yet, but Trina was talking about not calling discount coaches, but calling them VIP clients. And I have gotten more responses from people in the last week calling them VIPs, because people want to be important. And I also offer for me personally, I offer like a shaker cup of goodies because I bought like the coach sampler pack. So I just throw a couple goodies in there and I'm like, hey, if you're going to be VIP, here's what you're going to get. And people want the discount, but there's something about adding that coach word onto it, even though they get a discount, that I think can sometimes be intimidating. Verbiage over to a VIP. I have had so many more responses because people want that. They want to be this special client and not have the word coach because they're like, I don't want to coach. I don't want to post. I don't want to coach, but I want the discount. And there was something about switching that verbiage over to VIP that has been really helpful.
Now, my one question for you with that is then when they go to sign up and they go, oh, I'm signing as a coach.
No, I haven't had that yet because I flat out said, like, this is what my VIP is. Like this. So basically I lead them in with the VIP. So that's like the hook is they want the VIP. They like the VIP. We talk about what it gets, the discount. So they're already in it before I go. Now with the VIP, you also have the option to coach because you're getting a coach account as a VIP member. So basically I'm telling them with your VIP membership, you get a coach account. So you get all the benefits, but no, you don't have to go, you don't have to post, you don't have to do anything because you're just a VIP member. So I haven't gotten that yet.
That's awesome. That makes sense. Because I've done that in the past, but then I didn't know how to tell them, like, you're signing up as a coach, but it's my VIP. So I like that. With my VIP, you get a coach account.
Exactly. So basically, like, that's how you kind of like catch them is this VIP. Here's what you get. You get this discount. You get me for a year. You get workouts for, you go through the whole thing. And like your shakes are going to be $99 instead of $130. And so you go through all these things and they're like, yes, I'm in it. That's when I say, and you get a free coach account with your VIP membership, basically. You don't have to coach unless you want to. And then I go through that with them too. And I have had, I think the last 3 coaches that have signed with me that are VIPs, they have said they don't want to coach, but now all of a sudden they go, okay, how do I post? And now they're starting to go, oh, I actually think I want to coach instead. So they're starting off as what I thought were just VIPs. And then I give them the option. I say, hey, since you're VIP, write up a little thing about yourself so I can just introduce you to the group and let me know in your intro whether you want to stay as a VIP or whether you want to try out coaching. So I flat out tell them before they go to type up their intro, hey, why don't you put it in your intro whether you're interested in coaching or in the VIP account.
I love it. I love it. That's great. Well, you of all people know how anyone can start as a discount coach and then completely shift.
Yeah. Discount.
Calls a year ago.
I was a discount coach for a year and 3 months before I jumped into coaching.
And now she's going diamond in 3 months.
Yeah.
It's a big lesson to learn because we're constantly I mean, me, Joy, I have my lesson where I learn where I would love nothing more than have business builders and I have legs filled with mostly all, discount coaches. And it's taking me a lot of learning to realize that I need to appreciate every bit of that and who they are and praise them for the ones that show up.
I would argue you have more working coaches than most diamonds.
Really?
Did you look
I do?
at the diamond page this afternoon where Julianne was asking, like, how many PS coaches do you guys have? And like all of this. There are diamonds in there that have been in there forever. And they have like 13 coaches maybe.
Is that when she was asking about when she was adding up how much you get, and you and Danny were talking and having that conversation?
She wasn't talking about how much you get. She just said how many PS.
No. I mean, how many coaches do you sign a month? And
Yeah.
that conversation.
There's diamonds that are saying their numbers that have been diamonds for forever, and they don't have anybody who's shooting for diamond. And you have Chanel, who she's not your PS, but so what? Like,
Yeah.
you get the volume just like she's your PS. And you've had a couple of girls get themselves to emerald, so like that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Most people getting to diamond have maybe one. When I got to diamond, I had Emily and I helped her get emerald, and then I made Peter emerald. Well,
I made Tim emerald within the same 3 days that I signed up.
Yeah.
And then I got Darcy to emerald 3 days later. So I went to emerald and got my 2 emeralds. We all had that done.
But Darcy didn't even end up counting when you went diamond. You had Crystal and Kara who both got themselves emerald.
Yep.
So like, I think you're doing good, and you do have more working coaches than you realize. 1, and 2, it's normal to be diamond and not have a lot of working coaches. Diamond is usually built on discount, and then you go find your working coaches, which you're doing. You're doing great. They'll come. They will totally come. You just run hard in your own business and focus on where you want to go, and you talk about the business and invite to the business, and they'll come. I promise they will come. And most of mine say they want to be discount. Jenna said she wanted to be discount. I sent her the email, and she starts doing the training and is like, I'm doing my coming out post. And I was like, okay, discount coach, let's do this. Like, so people that tell you one end up not. Like, people just always surprise you, especially in this business. And I've said this from the beginning. I say this to new coaches. People you think will say no will say yes, and people you think will say yes will say no. People will say they want to be discount, and they're not. Like, people will come into this business saying they want to work the business, and then they'll quit within a few days. Like, you just don't know. So that's why you never stop recruiting and running hard in your own business. Let's move on to May goals, because I'm going to have to hop onto a new coach call. Speaking of which, some of my more seasoned coaches, I would love it if sometimes you guys could handle these new coach question calls or sign up to like take one, because they're literally for brand new coaches. So they have basic questions, and it's nice because it helps you learn when you have to teach. So not to mention, I hope you guys have some coaches getting on those calls. But let's go around and say goals for this May. I'm trying to get my second business center to diamond. Take that back. I will be getting my second business center to diamond. I've been trying to race Shay. I think she's going to beat me, but we'll see. So I'm getting my second business center to diamond and shooting for high SC points. At this point, I'm not putting a specific number, but I do want over 20 again. So those are mine. And then I really want to help some of my new coaches take off for sure, because I have a couple girls who are excited. Who wants to go next?
So I have a couple goals this month, and number 1 is to recover my left leg and beef that back up. My right leg has stayed my strong, fat leg, which is funny. It's my weak leg, but it's stronger. And but I want to build up my left leg. In doing so, the bottom line, I have to get SC10. So that is a must for me. And I want to go emerald in Tim's account, at the very least there. So that, again, is my bottom line. But I'm working really hard to revamp and build my following on Instagram. I want to hit 1,000 followers this month. And I'm like sitting there and floating at this same within 15 followers number, and it's driving me insane. And I want that shift. So I am digging in and working overtime morning and night, and working, you know how I did the 5-3-1 system? Well, I now do it for 45 minutes at night, and I switched to doing it 45 minutes in the morning. And that's where my numbers are now starting to trickle upwards. And so I am far more interested in finding coaches this way. So I gave myself more time to be particular about who I'm following and how I'm going about that. So anyway, those are kind of big things for me, but that's what I'm going for in May. So
I love it. Awesome. Who's next?
I'll go. So I'm did not hit SC anything last month, and just all of the mess in my life, and I'm just trying to, I'm in a really good place right now, and I actually have 3 people signing up hopefully this week. One lady I've been friends with for, I don't know, a couple years, and she's like going through a whole bunch of stuff in her life too, but she's like, I need to lose weight and I'm ready, and she's like super excited about it, and she's going to do the ultimate portion fix and everything. So she's I really think she's somebody that would, would do the business. That's kind of the direction we're going with it. So I'm supposed to talk to her tomorrow, and so I'm really trying to just get all of my invites, and I've slacked on that, and that's totally on me and nobody else. And so I'm just really trying to get those back up to 20 a day, and really making more connections and everything, which my connections have been getting better and everything. So and a few people are starting to even just come to me even after the fact, like later and stuff. So just having a lot of good conversations. So that's the plan. And I'm hitting diamond too this month. So
I love it. And I'm glad that you're in a good place. Next.
I'll go. So, last month I was 1 point away from Success Club. So that is definitely my first goal, is hitting Success Club. I would like to sign 2 new coaches, at least one of them. I want them to want to work the business. And then I also, big goal is I want to start, I don't meal plan or prep. I actually have like no idea where to start. So I'm really going to dig into that, because I've been wanting to do that before I even started this. I've seen people meal planning and prepping for the week, and I've always kind of wanted to do it. But every weekend when I go grocery shopping, I'm like, okay, I don't have time to sit down and do it. So then I'll push it to next week, and it never happens. So that's a goal of mine this month, is to really get into that.
Do you know where to start with that?
No, we might talk about that tomorrow whenever we do our call.
Then I'm going to have to conference in Emily. I'm going to be like, Emily? Emily is literally the queen of meal prepping. Emily and Shay. Shay is starting to, step up in that too. So they can offer you amazing tips with that. Okay, who's next?
Okay, I'll go. So this week is my last week of finals for the semester. So I'm going to finish out this week and let it be done. I will say I didn't hit my goal for school with my GPA, which I was sad about, but there were some hiccups in some classes, and so I didn't get what I wanted, but I still worked my butt off. But I am going to, Monday of next week, I am diving deep into the business, getting my stuff together, and I plan on being Emerald by the end of this month. That is my goal. That is my biggest goal. This is what I want. And after watching the wake-up call this morning, I've got to start with connections, because essentially my warm market is not interested. So I've got to go find my people. I actually got lucky, and from what I posted today on Instagram, I had a lady start following me. And I was like, okay, this is not somebody that has a business, because everybody that follows me, I pay attention to that. And first it was all the Beachbody coaches started following me. And I was like, you know what? I ended up getting into it, no big deal. But now I've got all the it works people starting to follow me, and I'm just like, I can't take it. And so I'm done with all of those. So anybody that follows me, I instantly look to see who they are, what they're doing, if it's an actual person or if it's somebody that's just following me just to sell me something. And I don't want to be that person, and I'm not going to be. And like he said, it was making real connections. That's what I'm going for. Like, I'm going to reach out to these people and make the connection, because that's what I would want.
I like it. That's good. Just don't forget your list of your.
Oh, I won't. I've already decided. I have an Excel from one that I had started like months ago, and I was like, oh, I'll use this. And now I'm just going to redo it, and I'll have it all together.
And then make yourself go back and invite, because it's easy to hide in connections.
Yes.
Emily? Shay?
Oh,
Yes.
So,
Emily, you go.
okay, I'll go. Joy knows I've been in a rut for like, well, probably a year, honestly. But getting back to daily invites is like my number one goal. And hitting Success Club. Did not hit it last month. So that is definitely a priority. But more than that, just like enjoying it again. And I feel like I'm starting to do that again. For whatever reason, it was just kind of feeling like a chore, and I don't know. I was holding myself back a lot, but I'm excited about Summit. I felt really excited after I signed up, and I can't wait to go. For everybody that's going, can't wait to meet you guys in person. So daily invites, Success Club, and then getting Colin's account to Emerald this month. So,
Well, you're only one coach away in his account, right?
I don't know if he has, I don't think he has anybody. Oh, my sister. Yeah, you're right. I forgot I signed her up on there. Yeah, so just one more coach. So the next coach I get. We'll
You're
put it under her.
totally good. Have you listened to the 10X Rule by Grant Cardone?
Yes.
I'm listening to it right now, and he is spot on. He's like, if you're not having fun, it's because you're not playing big enough. And that is true for me, because last year he's like, if you just do enough to get by, it like sucks the life out of you, but doesn't really pay you enough to make it worth it. And I was like, yes, that was me. So when you start going big, you have more fun because the reward is so much bigger.
Yeah. And it's not even that much more effort, or even any more effort, really.
Not
Yeah.
really.
Good. I should re-listen.
You can do it. I'm glad you're coming to Summit. All right, Shay.
All right. Well, I'm going Diamond on Thursday. And what else? I'm going to hit Success Club in Noah's account and my account. So he's really excited about it. So I'm only shooting for SC5 in his account so that I can hit SC10 in mine. So that's my goal for this month. And then since my coach, Katrina, is sending out 65 invites a day, I got to match her. I can't stick to like 30 a day and be okay with her doing 65. So my goal is to get 65 to 100 invites out as well, because I will not have her out invite me. So I'm upping my invites tenfold. And then Noah said he's going Diamond this month as well. So we'll see what happens.
Is he going to start selling alongside you then? You're like, get
Oh,
yourself a Diamond.
He's so excited that he's Emerald. He's like beyond excited.
So
Coach like I've never coached before.
good, Noah. We need to see this.
Thank you.
I was going to tell you, I don't know if you know this, but Emily Favre, who's coach number 3 in the network, is Ashley Molsted's coach. Ashley Molsted's number 1. And the reason Ashley Molsted started running so hard is because Emily did. And Ashley was like, well, shit, like I'm not going to be outdone by my own coach.
Yeah. That's
So
how I
Ashley
feel.
started running with her, and they both ended up as number 1 and number 3 in the whole network.
Yeah, because when I see Katrina, like she sends me at the end of the day her page full of 65 to 100 invites, and we're going over invites, and I'm like, I can't be like, cool, I sent out 30, way to go, but I'm your coach. Like, no, I'm gonna be like, cool, you're a badass, and so am I. I did the same amount.
I like it.
So I'm upping my invites. I'm hitting Success Club in both. Noah already has 4 Success Club points. So
yeah.
no, I love that I say that he does. I have 4 Success Club points on Noah's account.
Yes.
So I will hit 10 in my account, and then I will hit 5 in his.
Awesome. I love it. Well, I'm going to host some live power hours on the team page. I'm going to try to do that a couple times a week. If you guys ever want to host live power hours just because you want to stay accountable, get on. And then if someone gets on, set a timer for 22 minutes and do 11 invites in 22 minutes. Setting that timer and requiring that of yourself does wonders. You will get out more invites than you realized you could in 22 minutes. That's what happened to me last week when I did it with Arissa. So do that.
And I have one more thing.
Yeah.
And I'm quitting my job May 23rd.
Oh yeah, that's huge. You get to be home and do this.
I get to be home. Woohoo! I got to register for Summit today as a full-time coach and not a part-time coach.
Yeah, bet that felt good.
So good.
All right, I'm gonna hop off and get on the new coach call. I love you all. I'm really excited. It's gonna be an awesome month. Can't wait for Summit. I did take a video while you were talking, so I can send it to you guys. Bye.